Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And in today's video I'll be playing Caitlyn in the Dragon Lane. And I wanna say, I played probably like 50 games of Caitlyn, and in the beginning it was not going well. Because Caitlyn is just such a useless champion. You know, that's what I always said. To be honest, that's what I still say. But I finally, after testing many different builds, I finally figured out a build that actually works quite well with Caitlyn. But honestly, Caitlyn is useless. But if you truly want to play Caitlyn, you have to play her in a certain way. I'll show you in the video. And you have to build her in a certain way. So let's get to it. I'm not gonna talk about all the different builds I tried, okay? Because, you know, Stormrazor, all of that, Rapid Fire Cannon, whatever. This is the right build. This is the build. I've also tried Phantom Dancer, and Phantom Dancer is just meh. It's not that good on Caitlyn. You wanna go for the Immortal Shield Bow first, because the passive is just really good, the lifeline. Then you wanna get the Collector. I realized Collector is very nice on Caitlyn. It synergizes very well with her ultimate, because you'll execute enemies more easily. And just when an enemy is under 5% HP, since you have a lot of range, it's gonna be quite easy to just execute them. Next up, this is something that you won't see on the leaderboards, but this is something that I do, is Static Shift. For me, Static Shift is an incredibly good item on Caitlyn. I don't know why people don't build it, but it's incredibly strong. I see a lot of people go for a Rapid Fire Cannon, but to be fair, you don't really need it. Caitlyn has probably the biggest range in the game, so why the hell would you go for a Rapid Fire Cannon? I mean, if you're against a Ziggs or something, then maybe it could be good. But I really recommend Static Shift. It will just do a lot more damage. Next up, you go for the Infinity Edge. As a Caitlyn, you don't really want to get a Mortal Reminder or any sort of armor penetration before your 4th item, because you're not going to do any damage if you do that. So you want to go for full crit. You want to go for, Immortal Shield Bow, Collector, Static Shift, and Infinity Edge. Just full crit, 100% crit. Pretty much every single time. I've tried going for a Mortal Reminder 3rd item like this, because I was against a Garen, for example. But you know what's funny? Whether you have the Mortal Reminder or not, you're still not gonna kill the Garen. So that's the thing. That's why you only want to get it last item, because only in the late game is it useful. Because in the late game, will it give you 30% armor penetration, and will it then be useful? So get it as your last item only. For the boots, I love Glutinous Greaves. Because if you get bullied as a Caitlyn, you can just heal it back up with the Glutinous Greaves combined with the Immortal Shield Bow. It's very good. And here you want to go for Stasis Enchant in case you get dived. You go for Stasis. For the runes, you go for Lethal Tempo. Lethal Tempo is great. It will give you a lot of attack speed. It's actually pretty crazy, the attack speed that you get. Here you go for Hunter Vampirism. Yet again for the Vampirism, it's very good. Bone Plating. And then here, Pack Hunter. The reason that you go for Pack Hunter is because in lane, Pack Hunter constantly gives you 2% movement speed because you're with your support. So you can get close to the enemy and basic attack them, just to bully them. So you're getting Pack Hunter just to kind of bully the enemy. And then for the spells, you go for Exhaust and Flash. So that's it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay. So first of all, I am doing a skin giveaway this month. All you have to do to enter is put down a comment under this video. Secondly, okay, so Caitlyn is a bit of an interesting champion, because I play every ADC except for Xayah. I actually don't play Xayah because I find her really boring. But I play every ADC, and Caitlyn, I don't know why, but Caitlyn definitely does the least damage from any ADC in the game, at least in my hands. Definitely, she definitely does the least damage. And of course you get trade-offs for it, right? With Caitlyn, you can bully the enemy early game. Not as much as you would think, because for example, if I step close to them and basic attack them, the minions are gonna do more damage to me than what I do to the enemies. So that's not how you trade. The way that you can trade is if you stand in the bush to the right and you basic attack minions, you get your headshot, you know, the headshot, and then you bully the enemy with the headshot. That is basically the main way you can really bully the enemy in lane. With the headshots. Because the headshots do a lot of that. Like this one, if I hit that one on the enemy, it does a lot of damage. Here you can see I am also kind of bullying them here. It's not too much, but it's worthy. You see? It's worthy. But the headshot, boom, you see? It does like 50% more damage. So it's basically like 1.5 basic attack. No. I think I basic attacked a minion once. I went close to them to kill the Nami. First of all, I went under the turret. Oh! She stepped into my trap and the minions killed her. Oh my god. But what happened there is like, yet again, I overestimated my damage. Caitlyn really doesn't have a lot of damage. And the thing about Caitlyn is her power spike curve goes like this. You start off pretty strong, then you become super weak mid-game, and then late game, you actually become useful. Like late game, you become quite useful. But early game, you're also a little bit useful. You can bully the enemy. But mid game, you're completely useless. It's ridiculous. You're so weak in the mid game. Let's see. So Keys is rotating, which is the Thresh, by the way. He's rotating, so I need to chill. As a Caitlyn, of course, it's very easy to play it safe because you have so much range. You have your traps. The one good thing about Caitlyn, by the way, this is one thing that Caitlyn does better than any other champion in the game, is taking objectives. And what I mean with that is you can keep away the enemies while taking the objectives so easily as a Caitlyn. And I want to ask you guys to test your knowledge. How can you... Oh, you can see it right now already, actually. I'll ask it anyways. How can you make sure that the enemies have no chance at contesting the objectives without taking massive damage from you as a Caitlyn? How do you do it? Test your knowledge. Pause the video right now and test your knowledge. I'll let you know right now, so if you haven't paused the video right now, you should pause it. It's with your traps. In the late game, when you're level 10 or something like that, level 10 I believe, you're gonna have your second ability maxed, and you can put down 5 traps. And let me show you. If you're taking this dragon right here, you put the traps here. You see that this one here? And you put them here. You put 3 of them here and 2 of them here. That way the enemies literally cannot engage. They cannot get close to the dragon. If they want to get close, they have to step in your traps, which means you can hit your first ability on them and an empowered basic attack. And of course that means you'll destroy them. And you know what's even funnier? After they step into one of your traps, you can literally immediately put down a new one. So if another enemy wants to help, he also has to step into your traps. It is disgusting. Like this is the one thing that's very good about Caitlyn. The one thing really. Oh, come on. Nice. We could kill him. Oh, I would have killed him myself as well. But there is a Zed right there. You know what's also funny? Caitlyn can be quite good into Zed. Let me explain to you why. And now we'll start to get a bit more advanced. Here I'm actually gonna flash to the Xin Zhao, because I realized Xin Zhao can slow my Shyvana under the turret and possibly win the fight. So just to make sure I flashed within his ultimate to kill him. But let me explain. Against a Zed, there are certain things you can do. For example, Zed is shadowing from position A to position B. Okay? There is a shadow on position A. You as a Caitlyn can put a trap. Well, no, sorry, I said it wrong. Shadow is on position, or Zed is on position A. Forget what I said. Okay? Zed put a shadow on position B. But he hasn't gone to the shadow yet. You can put a trap on that shadow to make sure Zed doesn't go to it. Because if he goes to it, he'll step into your trap. Same story with Zed's ultimate. Zed ults from point A to point B. You know, whenever he wants, he can go back to point A, right? Because he ulted. But if you put a trap on point A, like right after he ulted, you have to be fast with it. He cannot go back. Because if he goes back, he goes into your trap and he'll take massive damage. So you have to be fast with that. Same story if the enemy stasis, for example. If they use stasis enchant, you can put your trap on them. Another example of how you can hit your trap easily is if you exhaust an enemy, you can put a trap behind them and they won't be able to avoid it. They won't be able to avoid the trap that way. Another example is Janna ultimate, for example. If Janna ults, you can of course trap her very easily. And now in the new update, you can auto-aim that trap. It will auto-aim it on top of the Janna when you do it like that. Ooh, let's see here. I'm not positioned very well here, but I'm gonna go for the Nami here. Boom, ult. Okay, not needed. That's fine. I'm gonna leave Garen for them because I can shove the mid lane here. I'm gonna ult him just to help them out a bit, but I'm gonna shove the mid lane. Because, you know, you have to delegate. Is it delegate? Delegate? Which means like everyone has to do one thing. I think that's what the word is called. Because now look, I'm applying pressure to mid lane. They're taking Herald. However, we're giving Kai'Sa bot lane. To make this worth, we need to put Herald in top lane immediately. I'm even saying it like Herald top. Let's see if they actually do it, because we really need to put Herald top before 7.5 minutes. Because that's when you get the plates. We don't need to put it mid lane, because I got all the plates already. I'm not sure. Shyvana's farming her jungle. I really hope she goes to top very, very fast. And by the way, guys, make sure you give the video a like if you're enjoying it. It really supports the channel a lot. And it's a small button. So if you want to do it, make sure you do it. The enemy's in Zhao's name is DJ Willy. What the hell is that? By the way, this game is perfect because I actually made a lot of mistakes this game as well. You'll see, you'll see. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm putting 2 traps right there in case there is someone right there. Because if they flank me from there, I'm 100% dead. But now, if someone flanks me, he'll walk into my trap. And me as a Caitlyn is actually extremely strong in 1v1s against bruisers. For example, if Garen tries to kill me, I can keep him away with my traps. You can put down a trap and literally dance around your trap. He'll have to walk into the trap. And then when he gets close to you, you can use your third ability, which will slow him, put him into the net, and keep your distance as well. So Caitlyn is surprisingly good at 1v1ing bruisers that cannot stick to you easily. So keep that in mind. You shouldn't be afraid as a Caitlyn against that. I'm gonna ult him to make sure he can't run away, and there we go. We have the collector now as well, so my ult will do a lot more, as you can see. It collected the enemy right there. Let's take the control ward as well. There's Garen. Like, Garen is not a look, Garen is not a problem whatsoever, you see? Look, I exhaust him. Actually, he used his second ability, so I wasn't able to hit my trap on him because he used his second ability. Gives him tenacity. Look at this. I'm in trouble here. I'm in trouble. Okay. However, they used everything on me, so my team should be able to win this fight because they literally all in me with everything. They exhausted me. They Z-ulted me. Look at Swain though. What a champion. Such a strong champion actually. Look at Swain. He's full HP. This is crazy actually. Yeah. You see? They won this fight. So even though I died, this was fine because they had to all in me to kill me. So they had nothing left for my team. They had no ults, no exhausts, nothing. Yeah, right there, I'm just pushing the wave. The dragon is spawning. We should probably be preparing dragon soon. Because remember, Caitlyn's power is objectives. You wanna go objectives. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, I forgot to tell you when you take the Baron here, where you wanna put it. You wanna put the trap stand here. Here is already enough, because when they come from here, you can also put your traps like here. Oh, let's look at the fight. Of course, I can't do damage to Xin Zhao, but I can to the Z. Oh, ult! Oh, they body blocked it. Okay. There is a Garen in top lane, by the way. There is a Garen in top lane. Someone needs to take care of it. I don't want to go, because I can keep them away from this dragon. Oh, the damage, though. The honey fruit just spawned, but it seems like I don't want to overextend to get the honey fruit. Yeah. It is what it is. We have to give them this dragon as well, it seems. Let's run. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. That was not good. We've already lost 2 dragons, which means we really have to... We're forced to go for the 3rd dragon. So, yeah. It's not going too well. I got my static shift, which is my 3rd item. And I got my red buff. By the way, red buff is extremely important on Caitlyn. Because the one thing you struggle against is tanks. But red buff allows you to still chunk down tanks. Because it does true damage over time. So getting a red buff as a Caitlyn is extremely important. Like, it will really help me chunk down the Garen. It's like... It's really important. Absolutely essential in the late game to get the red buff on Caitlyn. Because like Vayne, for example, you'll be able to kill Garen anyways. Oh, look at here, by the way. I'm cutting off their path to here. just to get an advantage on the Baron right here, you see? So they can't really fight us here anymore. Oh, there's a Xin Zhao coming. I could flank him. Not sure why I didn't flank him, actually. Okay, he ulted. It's fine, he ulted. Like, if he ults like that, it's fine. Because next fight, he won't have his ultimate. And that's such an important ability for him to use. And as you can see, Caitlyn has big range. Ooh, I overextended. I completely overextended. I thought that I was safe. Because I can just use my third ability, my flash and Thresh Lantern. But as you can see, I was not safe. And now because of that, the Ahri died as well. And they're gonna get the Baron. Because of my overextending. Oh! Yeah, it's like, look, we have such a strong engage. We have Swain, we have Shyvana, we have Thresh. And then I decided to just die like an idiot, you see? That's so stupid. Like, especially Caitlyn, you shouldn't engage like that because you have so much range. Just let your team engage and you're gonna do all the damage from the backline. Yeah, I need to defend against this Zed now. He has an ultimate, so it's a bit dangerous. So I need to play it very safe. I need to bully him from afar. Now I could help my team. Now I need to rotate to my team, yeah? Ooh, they're all pretty low, which means should be a free ultimate. Oh, he body blocked it, but it's fine. The question is, can I kill this Garen? He's 2 levels ahead of me. Probably not. So I'm probably not even gonna try to kill the Garen. I'm just gonna take the jungle. I'm taking the jungle because I realized I'm very behind in golden experience. Because Garen is level 13. I'm level 12 right now, so I need to take more farm to get back into the game. Like, even Kai'Sa is a level ahead of me, you know what I mean? So I need to take golden experience. I need to farm more right now. Not necessarily gold, more experience. Like, experience is more important here. Come on! You got him, right? Yeah, there you go. Nice. He's taking the lane, but it's fine. Swain is doing well, so I'm just gonna take the jungle. But don't just, like, you shouldn't be doing nothing. You need to do something. Like, here I'm taking the jungle. At least it'll give me a little bit of golden experience. Their blue buff is spawning, which means they'll probably be there. We can actually look for a fight, potentially, at their blue buff. And this Garen, man, like, someone needs to take care of this Garen. No one is going back. Like, Garen can actually end the game, by the way. He does have a hull breaker, I believe. So someone should really take care of the Garen. Really, someone. No one is going back. No one is going back. Swain even died. So I have to go back. Like, I have to go back. I have to leave them alone because Garen will straight up end the game. However, how the hell do I take care of a level 14 Garen, guys? I have a red buff. That's the thing. I do have a red buff. So I am going to be burning his HP over time. As you can see, I'm 2 levels behind. But I'm still able to chunk him down. I should flash because he can ult me. But you see, I'm actually still able to do decent damage. Come on! His second ability saved his ass. Oh. Come on, please. Look at that burning. The 30 burning damage is so big. However, you need to remember, Garen heals up over time. Like, right now, he's healing. He's probably... Yep, he's sitting at 40% HP. Okay, so look. I can use my third ability to maintain distance. Put down a ward. And he is dead. There you go. Like, that's how you play Caitlyn against a champion like a Garen. You just maintain your distance, use your third ability when he gets close, and you can use your second ability as well to dance around it so he cannot even catch up to you. And you'll be able to kill a Garen like that. But remember, you need red buff. Without a red buff, I would have never killed him. Literally never. Like, I'm pretty sure he could have just tanked all my damage without the red buff. Only at 5 items will you be able to kill him without the red buff, really. I got my 4th item now. See, now I'll blow up the Kai'Sa and the Nami and any squishy champion like that. I'll absolutely blow them up because I have 4 crit items right now. You'll do so much damage to them, only to the squishies. I'm coming. Not sure why they died, but I'm coming. Yeah, this is basically the power spike of Caitlyn. Like the 4 item crit power spike where you have 100% crit. You're very strong right now. Look, I'm putting down a minefield here. Be careful of Garen though. First ability through everyone here, come on. Use the first ability. Look at the damage. 400. You see that one basic attack did like 30% of Kai'Sa's HP. Third ability to maintain a distance and easy kill. You see? The damage is big. Like now the damage is big. Ooh. It's fine. Like I got all of them low. And now the Ahri can do her job finishing the fight off. See, this is how you play Caitlyn in the late game. You put down traps. You make them walk into your traps. You do a lot of damage. You use your third ability to maintain distance. And then you use your ultimate to finish off a low HP enemy. You have to do it this way because if you play Caitlyn in a way where you're just basic attacking the enemy all the time, you're not gonna do anything. Like, trust me, I've tried. Caitlyn is completely useless that way. You have to use your traps. You have to use your first ability to hit multiple enemies because that's where you get your damage from. And then you have to use your second ability to get the positioning advantage in a team fight. Because it's not only about enemies walking into your traps with your second ability. It's about making sure the enemies cannot walk into your traps. Because then they have to walk in a very awkward way. Which means your team knows exactly that the enemy is not gonna walk here, because this is where your traps are, but the enemies are gonna walk here. If your team knows the enemy is gonna walk here, it's much easier to hit your skill shots. So it's all about that as well. You have to utilize those things to your advantage, because otherwise Caitlyn is a useless ADC if you only basic attack the enemy. Oh, that was a headshot, by the way. That must have hurt the Kai'Sa a lot. The Garen, please, Swain, just go to the Garen, take care of him. There you go, he's finally going back. Garen does have a teleport though, so that is a bit dangerous. We need to be ready for Garen's teleport. And Swain needs to be ready as well to rotate. Oh, it's a Nami ult. Oh, it's Ahri that's dead. No. I have a stasis. Oh, this is not looking good. Okay, this is not looking good. Come on! Nice! Oh, baby! I'm alive! I'm alive! This is the Immortal Shield, but this is the vampirism. This is why I told you guys vampirism is so important on Caitlyn. Because if you continuously keep basic attacking, you'll be healing so much. Zed is coming. Oh! Put the trap down in case he comes back. See, now I can finally start building armor penetration. Now I'll be able to do some damage to the Garen, maybe. The Nami is very low. If I could just catch her, I could possibly kill her with my ultimate as well. Like, one basic attack is gonna hurt them so much now because it's a headshot. You need to pay attention to the headshots as well, by the way. Because the headshot really does a lot more damage. It's like 50% bonus damage that it does. It's pretty crazy. It's actually even more because I have an infinity edge now. So really try to make sure you hit the headshots on like a squishy enemy. I'm starting off the dragon here because as you can see, I put down my traps. This is the example that I was talking about. I put down all my traps. So the enemies have to engage from the bottom now. Oh my good god. Somehow I'm alive. Healing up from the minion wave here and now I'm gonna help my team again. I'm just ulting from afar. Just to help them a little bit because I was too low to help them in that team fight. And someone needs to push this wave, right? There we go. Now we got the Elder Dragon. But we can't really end the game because there's no Baron. Actually, wait a minute. We can end the game. Yeah, we can end the game. There's no base shield. That's what I realized here as well in the game. It's like, wait a minute, we can end the game. So I left this lane and I'm just going to help them to finish the game, of course. There is only a Garen. But we should be able to just straight up end the game. Like, it's not like a Garen can defend. Especially because we have Elder Dragon. Alright, let's take a look at how much damage we did and everything like that. Those last team fights really showed the power of Caitlyn, right? Like, especially that one where two of my teammates died and they walked in a narrow path. Like, that is how you play Caitlyn, really. But honestly, I don't recommend this champion. What can I say? I just don't recommend it. So let's take a look at how much damage we did. I did 34,500 damage. Pretty good. So thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.